Cool. Okay, welcome back to my stream. I'm okay, yeah, welcome back. So today I'm gonna continue with the Aang animation I'm doing. I've been playing around a little bit in my spare time, just for the last 20 minutes, about the water. I realized I'm basically overcomplicating it, and I think if I just constrain a ball to a well, actually it's a chain. So the locator here, this one here, is constrained to the hand, and then this ball is constrained to the locator. So that kind of follows the path of the hand, and it's not finished by any means, but I can take this as a base animation, bake it down, and then animate it later on. I think that might save some time in the long run. So yeah, I'm just thinking that might be better. So anyway, but today I'm going to move on to splining still. So I'm going to continue with what I did yesterday, which was the first 50 frames and almost done. And I'm going to basically extend the timeline a bit to about, let's say, frame 90, I think. Let's go to frame 90, or at least go to a good point where, yeah, about 90. That sounds about right. So yeah, so I'm going to try and connect up this section and make this sort of spline correctly. Yeah, so let's keep going. So like I did yesterday, I'm going to start with the hips, and let's go. Put buff editor. Okay, just checking on it. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So I think from about frame 50 to 61, I'm going to work on this bit. Let's put a motion trail back on the hips. I want to see this viewport motion trails. There we go. Let's say that. Yeah. Okay. So let's go down to the translations. All the same, really. There's translations, rotations, just going through the spline. So I think I want to hold this pose. The feet are obviously clearly broken. But I want to hold this here a bit longer, but this is too fast. So I think these are the translation X and Y change. I think this should be a bit more fluid actually. I think I want to imagine, so he holds here, this is the pose where he's holding a little bit, just for a subtle amount, and then he's going to bring it round, and then he's going to come straight up into this pose basically. So I want to get that nice path. I think it's mostly to do with this 2Y curve. So bring that down. So that might be too flat now. Yeah, too flat. Okay. I think I might need to look at the feet as well, because right here, the weight's here. Okay, so this is the feet issue. So just like a walk cycle, nothing where the weight is. So yeah, the feet are here moving at the same time. I'm going to actually take this pose. Yeah, that already feels better. Because the feet need to push off. So I'm going to actually, I think going down is better here. So I think he's going to push basically the arc I want to go for is like this. Checking the pixels available to see. Yeah, so he's going to basically come up and then like that. Because he's going to push this way with this foot, and then he's going to basically take the weight on this foot, and then he's going to stand up on it. That's my logic at least. I think that makes sense. So let's try that. layer as well. Could this even be lower? Really low? That might be too much. Actually, maybe not. It's a bit fast though. Let's set it to default. Alright. Being weird as well. Oh, no, it's not that. There's any sculpting things. I haven't actually used yet. Yeah. They seem cool. These are basically sculpting curves. I haven't tried it. Yeah, I don't. I feel like it's a little bit of a gimmick. But maybe for mocap could be useful. Okay. I'm gonna hide the water again, because even though it's doing the kind of the correct thing now, I'm gonna hide it. I think this could actually stay down longer. I think it really wants to. I really want to bring that weight kind of across and then push up. It might be too much now. Maybe it's... No, okay, that kind of makes sense. But then it should my frame. I'm gonna put a key here showing everything. I think I think this should kind of be the golden pose. I'm gonna favor. Yeah, I'm gonna bring. Some translations again. By this point, this should really be up. It overshoot slightly. Don't want to break the leg though. This is, yeah, I don't want to break the leg. Delete that. That feels a bit too flat though. Put those down. Side. Okay, so I need to work on this now because I actually kind of want the path because you can't quite see it. I'll move it to frame 100 or so. So that doesn't look too bad. So I'm gonna, yeah, let's do frame 1 and 2 as my timeline for now. And on this nice pose, and I can connect that later to the rest of the animation. So I feel like at this point maybe it should already be way further across. So this should kind of be the extreme because right now it's doing this weird kind of like zigzag arc. It's going like with the pen. It's doing this and then doing this, which I think isn't too bad. I mean, it could work because it's kind of a slow shift over, then falling back on itself. I think it would be nicer to just have a very smooth arc. Simpler is always better. Nearly always better. So let's look at these two curves together. So at this key, I think it's going to be the extreme. Means delete this start. Bring that across. Bring that across. Bring that down. Bring that up. Probably be deleting keys here. Okay, but then I need to make this work. Translations. I think this now needs. I think everything should be going very slowly over. If anyone has any feedback, by the way, like advice to what you think I should do, I'm all ears.
Changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life and I won't look back
delete this. Delete frame.
You ain't see me activated, you better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah.
Maybe yeah. I know it's quite picky, but I think it needs to be. Bit better. I'm actually gonna make this shorter. Let's go to frame 40. Let's work on the feet for a bit. Let's get them working. And this is one of those times where the feet definitely can be worked on first, because they're really pivotal in this motion. I'm just trying to think how I can make this left foot here be a bit smoother. Am I animating the toes here? No. Yeah. Just these two controllers. Okay. Let's put this at 6. I think that kind of feels okay. Is that there? Yeah. Okay. Now, I think because let's go to the foot roll first in the bank. So a common misconception with feet is that they have an ease in, but really because at the top this can ease in and ease out, and even when they're peeling off they can ease out. But this should really kind of be a bit more of an impact, like a bounce frame. So feels okay. Let's also work on the side to side movement because it's kind of it's very jarring. You can see even here, look at this moving stuff. So it's gonna come across. Is this the right one? We're kind of working together on it. So we're having it stop here. It's weird. But get rid of this one's okay. I'm going to delete this. Bring this in. Out. I basically wanted to overshoot slightly and then just settle back in. So I might actually just very subtly. Might be too much. Kind of sliding. Is there a... What I might do is actually keep this at the same, but I might use this key to rotate it back this way, so that the toes are pivoting. Like the heel is kind of maybe also a slight ease in here as well. Wait, no, okay. Slight ease in. So that feels a bit nicer. Try to do that. I don't do that. On the side. I don't need this one. Need the shadows. And let's work on the. There's a slight foot raise as well, isn't there? Here. Yeah. Makes no sense. This is definitely 0. Might even just delete these two. I think this could be a tiny bit earlier. So I think the leg's a bit too straight here. No, that's what's weird. I think it kind of should follow the curve of the hips, right? So if we go to these two. want to compare these two curves, the contact Y with the hips and then the foot roll. They should kind of be doing the same thing. At least they should be hitting the same extreme. So that this should already kind of be off the ground. Yeah, I insert a key here. Bring this up. Maybe not. Maybe with their notes. But here that's why it's slightly breaking. So I'm gonna bring this down a tiny bit. So the leg bends. So it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Work on the wind up a little more. That's 53 bit. So it's gonna push. Push. I think the drag starts sooner. And this could be, yeah, just dragging tiny bit. Maybe even not, maybe yeah, like before. Don't drag the heel, but just drag the heel. So it rotates in. I'm going quite detailed on this foot. But I think getting this right quickly is going to help me with the hips. Because all the weight's coming over here. Let's do the knees now as well. I feel right. We're sliding. Oh, you're sliding. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna leave that bit for now. Let's see the other foot. Okay, so just spinning across. This heel is still doing something. That's fine. I do need to do some sort of. Let's see if this thing works. The last day, yesterday it wasn't working. I think the rig has got some sort of strange geo setup. Let's select the mesh. Let's see if this works again. So add this to the thing, make a pose. So it works on this pose, apparently. Weird rig. Anyway, okay, so now I know this is where it's coming from. And this is how we're moving together. Nothing's really delayed. So what I might do is on this pose, just ever so slightly rotate the foot up a bit as well. It's a good start. And then on this pose, I need to really sort of bring this up off the ground. And I can rotate the foot back. And then that should kind of. It's a bit poppy, there's something popping. Where's that gonna... Just track this for a second, see what happens when I track this. Yeah, okay. So... I think I might delay that a bit more. Because it's going to have some resistance, because it's going to be a gravity and also just it's heavy. this in a bit. Complete this key. Making both of the arcs and also the spacing, because it's a bit slow. I think I kind of want to get up to this kind of pose, but this pose itself I think needs to be changed. It's a little bit ugly. Yeah, way too slow. Okay, so this is fine. I'm gonna just copy that pose. Bring it down there. Where's the knee? What's the knee doing? Where is the knee? Not there. Oh, it's blue. Okay, so this is where that is. Just copy that frame as well. There we go, up there. And let's make the it's a bit more bent. That pose. Let's copy all the poses. Sometimes just copying. I know it's going to be the same. Got a bit of motion there. These arms are really poor, so they're kind of distracting me. This pose as well is kind of wrong. Get out here. I think. You know, I'm actually going to delete these. I think that the Maya's done too much random shift. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. Random stuff. And I'm going to delete some of these things and just try and get the right timing. So I think this. Yeah, okay. Let's move this towards here now. Let's fix this. Well, not too bad. Maybe I can just delay the push off. I'm pushing off with a fairly bent leg, which isn't too bad, but I think this pose is still kind of using that way to push. So I think actually what I need to do is just take everything from these two controllers. So this one and this one. Just key it here so they're all locked down, and delete this one so it's keyed together. Maybe key this one as well. Key this one. Key this one. Okay, good. I'm gonna get there. So I'm gonna take these controllers from there. And I'm gonna just add plus and move it. Oh, no, sorry. Just drag it. I'm gonna drag this along. 2 frames. Nope, 1 frame. Nope, that's still wrong. Maybe just these two by 1 frame. Feels slow still. Perhaps it's actually just that single frame, this 1 frame 68, where it's pulling off. Just, I think, or 65 even. Delay this by 1 frame here. Weird. I do think same as the hips, so these can be dragged now. Yeah, this bit is one of those times where I'm kind of just trying lots of things. That's what I said yesterday about failing fast. I'm just trying stuff, seeing what feels nicer. I kind of know what I want, but getting it first time is obviously tricky. So because I imagine he's like tracing the ground with his feet and then dragging up. I think it's still grabbing still. I think that's why it feels weird. It's moving too early. I can't quite work. I want this straight leg pose. So move these two forward as well. See if that helps. Okay, I think that's closer to what I want. So now I'm going to work out in the graph editor why it's being a bit choppy. Let's have a look. Okay, this is clearly right. I think this frame delete. There we go. It's a lot better. Let's make it a bit smoother. Bring this down because this is what that straight leg is what I wanted. And I might have to fix it slightly just by it's slightly broken. Move it manually. And maybe drag toes. That. And then the translation Y. Do I keep all of the keys in place in the spline? So at this stage of splining, what I'm definitely, I think I'm moving away from blocking. This is why I call this spline blocking, where I did do like the first pass in blocking all the keys. But now I just want to get things pretty much finished. So I'm now going into individual curves and adding what I want. Like if I select the whole rig, I've got keys here in every frame. It's all a bit jungly. So it's a bit random now. So yeah, I would say no. However, I definitely did move into the spline stage quite early. Where some other animators may say you should stay in blocking. But for me personally, I want to see the finished speed and the finished animation quite quickly, so I just want to get everything just splined and I can start looking at individual curves and I can work on them. So if you look at the arms, for example, the arms are still fairly like locked down together. These are all keyed together still. I haven't touched the arms really, but the hips, for example, the hips are completely random. The feet are also disjointed, like also completely offset. So yeah. At this stage, I am not keeping it together. I'm adding keys, I'm deleting some keys, and I'm just making it look good. And then I can worry about other curves later. I hope that makes sense. Because I know, yeah, for a long time I did just stick to blocking. And then I found like really good for learning posing. Was a good workflow, and then also for another period of time I just did layered, so no blocking at all. I started off with just one curve and I made that good, and I think after working for a while, I think both methods, using them together, is probably the best and quickest way for me to animate. So I block a simple story animation, like I get all the main poses, like the golden poses or the key poses. And then after I have like the story and the layout finished, I will then just everything in spline just go in and animate it, because I don't want to waste time. I mean, doing breakdowns and in-betweens, they are important if you have some really cartoony fast motion, but for this type of animation where it's quite smooth, I just want to get things working quickly. I think even the rotations are annoying me actually. So it's coming here, it's straight. I think here actually needs to rotate down more. That's why it's annoying me. And I can maybe delay the toes. And then, yeah, delete that. And then here I can really bring this down. Yeah, I think these are taking this one.
Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid.
Yeah, I mean, animation is hard, and I think, I work slow at first. I think at work I have to work fast because I work in television, so it's just, I don't really have the time to essentially make really good animation. High quality animation is just impossible with the speed that I work at. So I have to work fast, and I find doing a blocking pass first, a really simple blocking pass. Sometimes just having like a key on every 8 frames, which is what I do most commonly. So every 8 frames, 1 key, and then I just go to spline. I did think if you're not using already the graph editor, if you want to work fast with fast animation, then the graph editor helps a lot because you can see what you're doing quite quickly, and you get you can make simple changes fast. Okay. Let's work. I think we'll work on the chest now. Because I think the chest, the legs and feet are working well enough that I can focus on body. Just look at the FK spine. These 3 controllers here. So let's go and see what's going on. So there definitely is a bit of like noise. Like this section here, for example, I think requires some changes. Yeah, so what curve should I put? Go back a little bit. I've already kind of splined the first 40 frames. I think looking at the rotation Z first makes the most sense. So I might try and delay this slightly, so some of these are... Let's put a key here so I can see what's going on. So I think the chest is going to come up more because I'm going to delay this. I want this to overshoot. Overshoot, like this is, yeah. So I want to have the upper chest sort of dragging. The belly is going to go up a little bit, and then I'm going to actually bring down the chest more. Bring this down more. Bring this up more. Feel a little bit strange, but for now it's okay. Actually, I might need to work on the cog as well. The rotations for the cog. Let's do the rotations first. Yeah, these are completely broken. Look. Okay, so let's look at the let's set a key on everything here actually. I think it's useful. So what do I have in the translations? Set a key. Okay. Okay. So there's another trick which I said yesterday. If anyone was here yesterday, so I'm going to offset this motion trail. So I've basically got the motion trail, and I can offset it using Anim bot. And bring this out into the side. And now what I have is basically a motion trail which is affecting the rotations. So if I move the rotations here, you can see that it's affecting the trail. Let's first look at the... Let's do the up and down, which is it's a little bit gimbal to be fair. Actually quite gimbaled. See that this gimbal lock here is a bit annoying. What I might do, I have this plugin which help me with gimbal to get tips. So if I change to this method, I might fix it. I'm just going to try. So this plugin basically keeps the animation the same, but shifts the rotation order. But I don't think it's going to really help me here. Yeah. Well, that's because this is the one that's controlling the main twisting. Let's work on this first, because I think this is going to help me a little bit. So checking how. So the body's coming round. Maybe this can be a little bit slower. Bring this down as well. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's there. It's going to be twisting. Then I think it's going to slowly twist back. Maybe like that. No, that's too much. You can see how the whole thing twists. This rotation is too much. So I'm going to bring this up. Up there, maybe. Bring this up too. Soften this a little bit. Alright, let's see if I can fix this. It's annoying that this is gimbaled a little bit. Which one should I fix first? Let's fix the Z first. I think that might help a bit more. It's kind of... Either way, it's a little bit annoying. It's either way, it's kind of broken. Okay. Let's do it together then. Okay, this is good. Just checking if it actually is broken. Sometimes when I animate the hips, then the... That seems okay. Interesting. Right. That's better. Okay. Ignore me. That's not a good idea. Thing won't make sense. Okay. This section's going to really annoy me because of the gimbal. Also, let's get some water. 1 second. Let's just get this done then. This is gonna take a while. From this point onward, I'm gonna put a motion trail here. And actually, I'm gonna offset this as well. Move this out. And this will be my guide for the hips. Yeah, this is a good way to check the rotations. This needs to come across from that. So this is now. Wall space. Okay, that makes sense. Delete that, what happens? Okay, this is delete that one. It might be the FK actually. It could be the FK screwing me over. Let's check the FK as well. Just in case the FK is doing something weird. FK spawn. Yeah, I think FK is also doing weird. Yeah, there's a massive pop there. I think that's too big to ignore. Let's go and check this out. So this is going to be the water rotation. I'll delete this key. What happens? It already feels nicer. It's not perfect, but it definitely looks better. Okay, I do need to break up the chest more. The whole right now. What's annoying me is that the entire torso. So basically, this entire section. I can draw it for you. Entire block. It feels like it's moving as one piece. Which, if you look at this, if you play, it's moving in one big block. And this bit here is okay, but then again, when it comes to this fast motion and this motion here, it's just not feeling very fleshy. It's feeling like a concrete block. But I can fix that maybe later on when I get the hip working. It's definitely getting better though. Getting closer. Let's get rid of this trail and then put it back onto the hips again. And then just see what this is doing. Great. No, wrong one. Yeah, okay. Let's try and get this location here. So it's coming. Let's go back a little bit further. Okay, let's do the whole thing. So it's coming down, round. It's coming down, I think. Yeah. It's up. See how it's so much faster if you have this motion trail? I'm just basically eyeing it, and then I mean, yeah, the graph editor might be a bit strange for a while. And I might not even fix it, to be honest, because if it looks good from the camera, at this point I might leave it. It was okay. Get down a bit. Get this down more. So basically, I'm just doing the rotation system. This, I think, should now come up. I'm now leaning across. So how does that lean? But before I get too far ahead, I want to get the rest of this chest working. Okay, cool. Pretty happy with that. Okay, let's go back to the RK chest now. I think I can focus on the FK chest, sorry, a bit more. Let's do the RX first. I think this is going to have the biggest impact on the animation in this section. So let's do the same thing again, but let's go back up to the neck and offset the neck controller. I do treat the FK as one piece, but I don't want to I can spline them individually, and that's completely fine. But this type of action, I think doing it together makes more sense. Okay, so this piece, I think he's really bringing it down. And this is going up. This is going down. Interesting. I think I want to find the extreme and just do it together. So this is the start, this is the first one. And this is definitely a bit wrong. So this, I think I need to bring this down. They look good in perspective but bad in camera. So I wouldn't say that your cheating is wrong. Cheating is okay if you have to do it. I would say that it's very rare that a perfect animation in perspective is wrong in camera, if that makes sense. If it is actually perfect in perspective, it should also be perfect in camera. That being said, sometimes it is really hard to make it perfect. There was an example in the previous video where the spacing was actually perfect from this angle, but because I had a slight bounce in the arm, it just meant the spacing from the camera was like tiny and then massive. So that was a case where it looked perfect from perspective, but it wasn't actually perfect, if that makes sense. There was actually a bit of noise in the graph editor, which was causing the spacing issue. So yes and no to your question. Yes and no. If it is perfect, it should be okay. And if it's not perfect, you can cheat, but just double check first that you haven't got something going. But I have cheated a lot, and sometimes you have to cheat. But I mean, for posing, I do cheat a lot. Like, for example, there was a picture today of from Pixar. Where it was completely broken, like this sort of thing. I mean, this is a different type of cheating, but like it's this kind of pose, like this. This is the different angles. So obviously, this pose looks nice, and this is completely broken. So that happens quite a lot. But yeah, I would say try and make it good from perspective. But when you get past blocking and even to like splining, I would worry less about perspective and just focus on the camera. So I'm definitely looking at perspective less now. I mean, if in the last video, if you saw it, or the blocking video when I did that in blocking 1, and it should be on my channel. I was definitely blocking with perspective camera in mind, but now I'm more focusing on the arcs from. I feel like this may be a issue. Okay, it's fine. Sometimes, yeah. You gotta make sure that if you're using auto spline, you gotta always like re-enable it in a way. At least I do, because it can get a bit tricky. To, I do not like this. Okay. Let's fix this again. So. I'm gonna find the extreme. I think this is the extreme actually, the RZ. So that's the extreme, and this pose. It's gonna delete this. Still happens. It might be completely wrong. Yeah, that feels a bit too much. Maybe it's partly because this. Maybe no. Yeah, bring this up here. I think it's too much. Let's go back to the other one.
To myself a promise, I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bro.
Yeah, let's go to the. This is not correct yet, but I'm going to move on to the Z so I can start getting which one of these. Just getting a little bit more. Let's delete some of these keys and put them back in. Okay. So I've got this curve now. Let's see if this curve at least makes some sense. Okay. So that actually already looks better. But I do think this can be delayed. So what's the obviously the start of the bottom one is going to be going faster, so I'm going to move this up. I'm just going to move this whole section back a few frames, maybe even 2 frames. Yeah, see, I'm already moving keys. I've forgotten about blocking now. I'm just doing my own thing. This is the top one chest, so I'm going to move this one down. Actually, move these 3 keys toward 1 frame. I might put this down a bit, but leave where it is. It should be a little bit. Yeah, it feels a little bit more broken now. Like any good like offsetting. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can never say never. And turn your mind into the truest to go-getters. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. And the arm is also actually annoying me quite a lot. It's not working. I might have to. It's a bit too distracting with the spacing issues. Okay, and this is the Y. Let's do the Y as well. The Y's got a pretty big roll here. Delete some of these double frames. Delete that one. Delete these two actually. Delete this one. Okay, changing. These are kind of moving together, but I think the chest is delayed. That makes sense. That makes sense. Delete these ones. This is the one I want to reflect on. So yeah, the chest is and the belly are dragging still. Right, they want them to still be this way. And then this is coming up. This is the extreme. Bring this one more. Bring this grounds. This front. Okay, delete these three for now. They might be okay just to ease out into that. Yeah. This is kind of the extreme of this pose, so I think the chest can actually go up still, even the belly can get up a bit. Just continue, just to get that drag, it's going to have the extreme here. So the chest is still going up, but the base is going down, and the belly is kind of just in the middle. I can move this up slightly. Yeah. I fixed this. This pose is also a bit broken, but I'll fix that later. I actually might move this to 99 because I think the 102 pose is so separate that it's kind of distracting me. Okay, just a very quick movement of this arm because the arm is slightly annoying me. So this is not the actual spline part of the arm. I'm probably going to do it again properly in about 10 minutes, but let's just get this slightly working because you can see how this space from here to here is just completely broken. So I think this pose, what we have here. Okay, so this is, yeah, Z. Let's do Z first. Ooh, let's just do this. Yeah, this is really broken. So let's just delete this, see what happens. Yeah, I think that's a bit too weak now. Yes, doesn't feel good. So let's maybe delete this one to bring it out quicker. Doesn't do anything. This one, okay, this pose itself is ugly. Let's fix the pose itself. So this is a keyframe pose in a way, so I want this to really come out. Maybe back. Feels a bit better. Cool. Okay, and this is also broken. Delete that, what happens? Okay, I think this also needs to actually come out more, like this way. And then this arm will come down. So I'm changing the animation a bit here, but I think it has to be changed because otherwise it's not going to work. So I want this pose like that, and this shoulders needs to come down, of course. I'm going to delete these frames because I want to, yeah. But I think coming round so far might not be the best choice. This is where I am here. Delete that. Happens. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of changes here, so this is hard to follow. I'm sorry. I was thinking about where. Yeah, okay. So half works. Let's make sure the arm does come round though. I think the pose of having it back here was nice. So I think I might just do a few Control Zs. get back a little bit. Right, yeah, 53, I want this to be where it was. So let's just key this again, 53, and key 49. For now, I'll leave that. But I do think this needs to come out, but I think the issue was the actual arm bend was too short. So, that's why. The biceps. There you go, look if you want.
Let's go.
I mean, I do work out sometimes. They probably look bigger on camera. They're not that big, really.
Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket.
I'm really
on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe?
Thank you. Is there a chance I know you in real life? Or you some big fan? I have heard of Blue Zoo, yeah. I actually applied there, but I don't live in the UK right now, so I wasn't able to work there. But yeah, I have heard of them.
Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play.
Oh really? Sorry, too loud. Calm down.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever.
Thank you for telling me. I'm not quite sure the best volume settings yet, because I'm not really a streamer. Where do you work at Blue Zoo, or are you where are you working? If you are, I assume you are an animator. Where do you work? Oh really? Why? Icon. Fair enough. Is that still in London, or I know there's a few places around the world that have Icon. Which studio is that? Is that in London still? Vancouver. Fair enough. I think this is dragging too much now. What's the main controller? This is the Z drive. I think this maybe a key this and then delete that. Delete that. Ah, okay. It isn't very nice. Or I still like if I turn the lights off, I'm still trying to keep the arm visible. I don't want it to be too if it was blocking by the board like this, it looks a bit bad. I mean I can't avoid it. I have to sometimes like let it be. I can't always fix it. But when I can, I want to try to fix it. This is annoying me. I think this is to do with the this is the Y. I have heard of him, yeah. When I was actually starting out as an animator, even sometimes still today, like I watch him because, like, actually the reason I made this stream is because when I was even like a few weeks ago at work, I just put on other people animating in the background, so while I animate, and he's got quite a few long videos, like 2-hour videos, and I watch them well passively, like a podcast. I watch them in the background if I'm doing something simple. So I thought I'll make something similar, partly because I wanted to just practice some martial arts stuff. But yeah. Well, I wouldn't call him an idol, but he was nice enough in the videos. Goes the whole curve. Silly me. No, maybe that is true. It is intersecting a little bit. Hmm. Oh, the whole animation. I mean, it's not finished, obviously, but you can take a look. And I haven't done very much at all to the first section, to the end section. That's on. And this is not relevant. But this is the water's also kind of a placeholder. It's not really it's not animated yet. Just constrained it to the arm. And I'll just go to the end. The end is really, really rough. So even the timing is completely wrong. Because some of the poses are there. Yeah. So hopefully you get the idea. Yeah, I would say half of it's blind, half of it's blocked, none of it's polished. That was what I'd say. A second. Yeah. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely not done. I was going to try and do it all this week, but I'm quite busy. So I'm not quite sure. I might not even finish it for the end of this month for the contest. Because I really have today and then maybe tomorrow a couple of hours, and then I have to basically take a break until next week. Maybe on the weekend. What's the let's look at the calendar. So the 30th, yeah, and maybe on Saturday and Sunday I have some time, like an hour each day. But I have a daughter, so on the weekend when she's at home, I can't really. Yeah, I always start the 11-second club, and then I always run out of time. Well, not time. I motivation is better. I run out of motivation. I all I do at work is lip sync, so I'm a little bit fed up with doing lip sync. So I should probably practice it. Because actually, I lip sync in Korean. I live in South Korea, so I lip sync in Korean. I don't do much English lip sync. So yeah, it's a bit weird. You probably won't know them, but I work at a Korean company called Carrysoft. they make kids animation and stuff. So the one I'm working on hasn't been published yet. There is, I mean, I can show the characters. Nothing I've done can be shown because it's going to be released on Korean television, the TV Kids channel, probably in May. And to be honest, it's been a little bit of a weird production schedule because of like everything keeps getting shifted and changed, and it's not been the most fluid production, put it that way. It's been a little bit. So there's a movie and there's also a TV show. I'm doing both, but this is the movie sort of trailer. It's going to be we are in production right now. I've done mostly layouts for this movie, not animation yet. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I've been at this company for quite a while now. Oh, cool. Now, Pat, what are you working on? Are you doing freelance work or are you working in Korea? I think this pose. Ah, cool. Nice. No, that doesn't feel right. Okay, thank you, man. Thanks for joining. Yeah, that still feels wrong. Why does that feel wrong? It's not the shoulder. The shoulder's in global space. Is that the shoulder? Could be the shoulder. I'm going to delete this key. Maybe it was the shoulder a little bit. Why is that happening? Yeah, that might be better, yeah. This is obviously Tai Chi and it feels really floaty. I don't really like it because I'm trying to find that balance between pose to pose and like snappy animation, while also having like actual fluid, so Tai Chi. Maybe bring this out. It's a better pose. Does that feel nicer, this pose? That might be nice actually. So bring this arm across. Yeah, I might do that. I might try that. I think that could be what's making it feel yeah, that feels nicer. Definitely different from my reference and different from what I was going to do. But Yeah. Now back and then drag. Like up here. Maybe. Okay, so I want a slight pause, I think. So this pose, this arm pose, I'm going to try and keep it for a little bit longer. So I think making this straighter is the issue. I think something broke there. I'll have broke there. My rig just broke. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, this. If you were asking, was it you asking earlier, Napat? Was it you, Napat? Yeah, this is a good example I meant. So if you look technically from the perspective, the arc looks nice. Well, kind of nice. But the issue is there's a slight kink in this direction, which is why it looks bad from the camera. So the issue is I've got to fix this direction, which is probably something to do with the, yeah, you can see here, maybe it's this thing. So yeah, that's kind of the thing that I was talking about earlier, where you, at a glance it looks correct, but it's not actually correct. Yeah, so that's when you got to work. And I prefer to fix them when I can, because I feel like it's just, if you spend all the time cheating, eventually you can tell you're cheating, and then that's also a problem. So when possible, I want to fix it. So I'm going to find the extreme, and it's going to be a lot of like keying random keys. I'm just trying to fix it from this angle, but it is annoying though, and it's still not great. And maybe as well, there's all these tiny little frame differences. But delete that, what happens? Nothing happens. Maybe it's the shoulder again. The shoulder is definitely not perfect. Delete. Oh, no, wrong one. Oh, I made a big mistake there already. Okay, try that again. Let's do this in together. So I'm just thinking about the rotations. I'm going to come round. Is that maybe better? I think I rotated this incorrect, that's why. I think see, this is actually quite nice. This really has like the blue line that kind of fits the rotation. And I think what I've done is I've over rotated the wrist to compensate for my mistake. And I think that's why it's being strange. I think that's completely wrong now. Yeah, okay. That's too little. Okay. Let's just let's delay this now. This should now be, yeah, this should now be rotated. I can do this now. And then I can rotate the wrist down. I might break the joint on purpose just so I get a nice sort of overlap. Delete this frame. Might even, yeah, even here I'm gonna break this one. And then maybe delete that one, so it should be a bit more awkward. Yeah, there we go. So my issue there was that I had basically, when I was watching, I tried to get a nice pose with the hand, and so I'd over rotated the hand to get the nice pose. When actually I should be rotating the shoulder in, I guess, in this direction, X, this one. So I was twisting it too much to get that pose, and that meant the rotations were screwed up. So I think that makes more sense. And I can make this fast. This is too slow. Because technically, like, the wrist can rotate like 360, like in every direction, but it's quite limited this way. So I sometimes overdo it, and yeah, that causes problems. So try to stick to the body's mechanics when you can. So I'm going to hold this. Hold this pose. Okay, that's massive Euler filter. Let's clean that up. Yeah, still. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's delete. Let's do Control Z a few times. Okay, I do want to come down. I'm going to key this. So I'm going to bring this down. Around. I'm going to favor that. And then maybe bring this. Oh, this is some. I think my CPU is getting a little bit overworked for the stream. I do have the best. I've got a good PC, but it's not amazing. So okay, well, that is not good. I want to basically stay in this pose for a little bit longer, like a few frames, and then like whip across to the side. So I'm gonna delete these keys and start again. So this pose I like. This pose I like. Let's delete these. Just doing that by itself works. Maya does sometimes work for you, especially with FK. I think actually just doing that works. I can add some fingertips animation later. Cool. I think that makes sense now. For the screen left hand, I think that might work. Just play it without the... Right, I might do some head animation now. Because the head animation is a little bit jarring. But just like I did for the chest, I'm gonna create a motion trail. Or do you also Napat, do you use Anim work or at your office? That's the one thing. Or anyone in the chat if you use Animbot. Now, I feel like I can work without it, but I feel like I'm really handicapped if I don't have it. Like, you can do this trick with a locator. Like, I think I showed this yesterday, but if anyone didn't know, you can just create a locator, snap it to the head, like that, and then if you just drag out the locator like this, and then you put a motion trail with, oh, you got a constraint. Oh, sorry, the constrainer first first constrain the head. So constrain it to the body like that, and you can actually just do this visualize motion trail, and you do get the same thing. So you can do it without Animbot, but it's just a bit annoying because it's slow and it's heavy. Right, but I think you can tell that this first bit works okay for the head, and then from about frame 57 it gets a bit funky. So I think to make this seem a bit cleaner, I'm going to maintain this. I think the neck needs some work as well. That's fine. Let's save my work. I keep forgetting to save. Yeah, well, I see that are better, and also for the rotations as well. Because if you just rotate the head, if it wasn't offset, like if I selected the if I just set the back to 0, this is the trail for the head. Of course, there's no information for the rotations. So I like it being offset, so I can do everything at once. Okay, so I think this neck pose needs to actually continue back, and then I want to maintain. He's kind of still looking over his shoulder, isn't he? Because he's, I'm not, I said it before, I don't think he's fighting. I think he's like sparring and having fun. But I don't want to just have him like lazy. That neck looks a little bit broken to me. I think the neck does need to come forward, and the head can come back. Can I rotate this one maybe further back as well? Bring this down. I'm going to delete this. The thing I need to, the FK is still not completely animated, as in the spine. I think it requires some work still. I'm going to pass on the head first because it's distracting me. And then I can go back to the spacing is weird. I see how it's all moving together. There's a little bit of overlap in the chest, it's pulling up, but the motion this side is still feeling a bit rigid. And I think this line, it's just a straight line here as well. It's not very nice. I think I can help it by adding in a bit more curve to the cog. This whole section is actually not feeling great. Also, I think another reason why is I've got a nice sort of C curve here. Like, well, nice-ish. Not the best pose. This is better. But then I haven't really got a very good C curve for the opposite. I've got more of like a line. So I think what I need to do is just exaggerate the FK spine and all these things in this direction, so I can. Yeah, I mean it's there, but it's not there. So yeah, by this key, I need to really have this, especially in I think in the upper body. So that is the chest and the belly. I think I'll bring this down. I might bring it up even. Bring this up too. Yeah. Bring this up. I think I'll bring this one up a bit more. And then it needs to drag up. No, no. Yeah, it's too slow. Way too slow. Bring it forward more. Bring it up more. What's the cog doing? This is why the gimbal lock is annoying me. Let's check this again. Let's reset the offset and then move it out. I can see the and then offset this. I want to offset it this way. So the curve is nice, but the spacing is bad. Annoying. Yeah, I think the FK spine as well has got a little bit of noise. Let's go to this one. Okay, let's delete this one then. The balance, that is off balance. Oh, it's wrong one. Just use the Anim the easing curve just to get that smooth. That's oh, tired. I might shoot about half an hour more. I wanted to get a bit more done today, but I'll be animating all day at work as well, so I'm a little bit burnt out. But I want still try and get to the end of this level. Let's frame 100 or so. At least to this pose, I want to try and get this to this section done, and then I might call it a day. Okay, let's just start again. So this is key this down. Yeah, this is a good pose. Now I want the I think this pose I want the fine chest to be dragging, so dragging still. the spine belly can be basically extreme. I think this can. This can also come up. This is definitely extreme. This one can definitely come down. This is now kind of the extreme of this. And it can slowly ease out. And then this is the chest, this is the belly, do this one first. This is going to be slowly coming down now. Let's hit the peak. And then this one is still going up. And I'm going to put a frame on, keyframe on like from 80 just to lock it down. And I think drag this slightly. And then delete these two. Maybe completely right. No, that's pretty bad. Let's work on the spacing. Okay, let's look on the spacing of this by putting a trail on here again. If I can see it. And I'm going to reset this first. I just want to look at the translation, so the rotation X. It's 0, and then I can offset that. Okay, now let's look at the spacing of this. This is one of the benefits sometimes of doing IK, is that you don't have to worry about this sort of weird, like, there's so many curves to keep track of with this overlap because of the fact I'm using FK. So I want that to come in, and then I want this to ease in more because it's still. So I think the belly is too fast. I think if I bring this down a bit more. So that I want the spacing to be smallest in this corner because that's where that's where it's going to obviously come into. So I bring this up, bring it along. Yeah. I mean, I do like FK and I do animate in FK more often than IK, but I think the pros, the cons, the pros outweigh the cons. But this is one of the cons where I just lose track of things. And I think this is also not good. This straight curve. That might be a reason why it's being weird. No, that's not good. Put other way. I might just try and do it this way. See what happens. And I offset and I put it back to 0. And sometimes the offset can mislead you with some of. Yeah, so this, I think this is one reason why. Just do it manually for a bit. Yeah, I am not the best animator, as I said, so I do make lots of mistakes. I'm still learning, really. I mean, I've been animating professionally for, I guess, 2 years. Been practicing for 3 or 4. So I'm still a beginner, you could say. I guess you're always really learning. Ah, that's why it's annoying me. That's one of the reasons why. This is the section that's annoying me. Just also check the cog, in case the cog's being strange, because that could be a reason. And I'm going to reset the cog to 0 for this. Put this to 0. I think the cog is fine though. I don't think actually is it? No, it's not. See, this is why the cog is being strange. So it's not giving me a nice arc in the neck either. Always the cog. I tell that to my students all the time, and then I don't follow my own advice. So this will come up more. Let's be a bit more of an arc here. So bring this up. Bring this down maybe. And then these two as well. Just nudge it. So I also have hotkeys, but I'll show you these are the best tip I got from someone for hotkeys was I'll show you what I have. Because in Blender you can do this in Blender, and I started using Blender years ago. That was my first like 3D software. I'll show you what they are. So if I go to hotkey, and I do Alt W, you see move up, and I also have Alt, like Alt S as well. So like Alt A, and like Alt S, Alt F, sorry, Alt D. So like WASD for gaming. And all that does in the viewport for the translations, it just nudges things. So I can now nudge this curve a little bit. Which is sometimes useful for when I want to be really precise. I've got so many hotkeys. When my what's the word? My supervisor comes to my desk, sometimes he gets a bit annoyed because he can't use Maya because mine's so different. That's quite rare, so I don't mind too much. I think that's better. I think I can delay this a tiny bit. So if I go into these two controllers, just nudge them towards, yeah, nudge them back a tiny bit. Just tiny bit. I delete this, what happens? Well, I mean, now it's pretty more 3 years actually. I don't think I'm that good. I mean, I think I'm good at certain types of animation, but I still feel I've got a long way to go. Thank you though, I appreciate the compliment. If I delete these two, what happens? Yeah, that's a bit better. If I make this down more extreme as well. So that helps the neck as well. You see how the neck's better now because the cog's better? Well, this is just too fast. Is that better now? I think that's better. Yeah, I think everything works better now. The cog's working better, so everything works better. Yeah, the head still needs work, but the actual neck and the chest feel a little bit smoother. I think actually the whole section here, in this pose, Ah, it could be faster. Let's just try. I'm gonna save it. I'm just gonna try something. I'm gonna select the spine and the FK spine, and also the neck and the head as well, all together. I'm gonna just move these frames here to earlier. I think that's gonna break it, but I'm gonna see if it looks a bit nicer. Okay, obviously it's broken, but I'm thinking of timing. Get back. My CPU's on fire. So look. Yeah. Give me a second. Maya's frozen on me. Give me 1 second. I did too many Control Zs. Okay, there we go. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go one by one. Just do it in the viewport. Just let's go really exaggerated to see if this looks okay. And then if this looks okay, I might just tone it down but leave it as it was. Bit of overshoot. It's definitely broken up now. Okay, I think that's actually on the right track though. I think that is too much obviously, but I think that's on the right track. So let's just go back in and do this again the billionth time. Delete this keyframe, and then this. Actually, wait, not for everything. I want to do. That's the chest, the belly, that's the spine, that's the cog. So bring the spine up. Bring this down. If it is going to be off balance, I'm going to fix it with the translation. I think that's why I'm getting a bit confused. I'm trying to fix it from just one controller, where I should really use them all together. And then also the neck and the head. This can be less. Yeah, I do think that's actually getting closer. I think I just need to Make it smoother. Let's check out these curves too. I'm sure there's something here. Yep, because for some reason Gimbal really hates me today. I've done something wrong. But yeah. Make this. Yeah, it's both together. Oh my god, gimbal lock is still my like nemesis. Whenever I think I've got it, like, okay, this is good, I can animate correctly this time, it always comes around and screws me over. Still a bit too jarred. I wish I could hide the... Does that look strange? I think it look... I mean, I know the head is wrong. Don't get me wrong, the head is wrong. But the chest, I mean, does the chest look strange? You know, I was going to hide the geometry. Locked. Is it locked? Buff, face, brown. No, it's not locked. Am I being silly? No, I'm not being silly. Face. This really is a bit strange. I can't seem to select. I think the head has got some sort of weird, like, the word weird modifiers on it. Because I can't quite seem to select it. See how, like, if you look at my cursor, I'm not a rigger, so maybe I'm doing something strong or doing something wrong. But you see how if I select the head, it doesn't actually select. Like, see how the cursor's like somewhere over here. It's not matching up, so I can't hide the head. See, it's so strange. So yeah, the body looks okay, but like the okay, let's just. I want to get this done before I sleep, so I'm gonna try. It's going down. Okay, this definitely needs to be more animated. This is the extreme here. So one of the extremes was wrong. That's probably causing issues too, to be honest. That's not the so it's going round. Yeah, see the gimbal's really annoying me here. Might cheat. Yeah, I mean I cheat. I really had to go through my frame because I'm getting annoyed with the gimbal. I can't quite get what I want. I'm just gonna cheat. Spacing's a bit wrong, so I have to fix the spacing as well. I'm getting a bit too tired for this. This just hurts my brain. Mars frozen. I think Mars getting tired too. Lock that down. Lock that down. Lock that down. Delete this key. Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. That's kind of arcing. It's also a good sign. But I feel like it's gonna come this way and then it pops through. Yeah. I mean, that's probably not a bad shout in this animation, at least. I might change it. I could try and change it. But I think it's gonna still have similar issues because I'm doing so much spinning. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It said X. So let's try your way. Let's change it to X, Y, Z. See what happens. You might be right. It does change some of the animation though. That's why I always get a little bit annoyed. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Make sure nothing's changed too drastically. See the same. Cool. Okay. So this bit here, wasn't it? So is it now better? Yeah, I mean it's still gimbaled. Let's try this again. Or maybe why? Because I've got this keyed. Yeah. I'm gonna try a different tactic. This might not work with this thing. So where's it gone? This plugin's my savior. This one I'm gonna bake everything to this locator. Actually, wait, no, I need to do it for the full timeline. It's gonna bugger up the things later. Delete. And then make it again. So baked selection. So basically, bakes everything down to a locator, saves the animation. I can then change this to what you said. I'm checking that feels better. It does feel better, right? Might be okay as it is actually. Might not even need to. I know because I already baked it. Sorry, I already baked it on this thing. So yeah, I basically did it over this thing did it for me. So if I just delete this now, I think now. Yeah. That should better, right? Thank you. That was a very good idea. Thank you. Not bad. That was a good idea. Yes, now I can hopefully fix this a bit more easily. Cool. Now bring this back to. Oh yeah, I have. Animal has the same tools. I know they do. Yeah. Just habit. I don't use half the tools I should do with Animbot because before I used Animbot, I used things like this one, Ghost Poser, and this tool here. So I just habit now. And these are also quite light. These are just basically very simple plugins. Animbot seems to crash me more than other things. I think it's very heavy. So when possible, I don't use Animbot. But sometimes, obviously, like for motion control, I have to. Right. Let's check this out again. So this is coming round. But actually this Pro 55, I kind of want it to be going backwards a bit more. So I might key this. Bring it round. Delete this. I don't know. I might call it a night soon. It's not looking great, this section. My brain isn't working. Yeah. Maya does love to crash on me. Even at work. Some of the scenes at work are so heavy and so big that it takes 10 minutes to open the file. I've got like a 4090 65 gig of RAM thing at work. The thing's still like just open so slowly sometimes. Okay, and this is definitely going to go forward. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I think the gimbal's slowly fixing itself. Cool. I think the extreme's here though. I think that's the extreme. So I'll keep both those in. There we go. That. It's the epic spine causing problems there. It was really floaty though. Maybe I sometimes when I'm animating the same thing for hours, it looks slow, but I come back the next day and it's really fast. Maybe well, I do think it's better than when I started this stream. So I've definitely made some progress, but not as much as I hoped. Okay, I'm gonna do 5 more minutes. Then I'm gonna go to bed. Might try and change this as well to a different gimbal. Okay, I think this is also slightly. I am already X. Wait, let's try that. Yeah, okay, cool. I can delete that key. No, delete that key. Okay, well that's not good, but I'll do that tomorrow, I think, because that's the next section anyway. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Okay, well, it's not polished at all, but it's definitely getting closer. Let's just see what the water looks like. It's probably gonna look terrible because it's not. It's just following the hand. Let's have a look. I might play past it as well, actually, because I want to see the full. I've got my viewport colors. So look, things look nice. Okay, let's play past this, and then I'm gonna end the stream. And the hands haven't been animated, so actually, to be fair, this water pro looks terrible. Cool. Let's have a look at speed. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the face is obviously completely blank, which is making it distracting, but I think for now that's okay for today. Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. I've really appreciated having like 50 views in total and 7 viewers right now. Feels nice. Again, I was not expecting anyone to watch these streams. These were meant to be videos. So thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll probably be doing this the same time tomorrow. That's almost 100%. But then from Thursday, I can't guarantee I'll be here. But I will definitely try and finish it off by the end of the week. So even if I don't stream it, I'll find the time to animate it. Because this week my wife's not here, so I have a bit more free time. But when wife comes back, of course, it's hard to stream when she's talking to me and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, I'll call it a day, and have a good day or good night wherever you are. Yeah, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Cool. Okay. Bye bye.